Hi, this is Fine from Tech Gaming Villa. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the two TV. The left side LG Qned90, which is IPS panel TV, produces 1100 nits, and the right side better TV Hisense U7N, which is a VA panel TV and produces 1300 nits.
If you are new in my channel, then please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications and upcoming videos. I have another channel named Awesome Tech Gaming Pro, where I upload similar kind of tech videos like TV comparison, sound system, home theater, graphics card. You can check and subscribe.
If you see the two TV's design, the LG Qned90 has a similar design to the LG G1 OLED with thin bezels that are hardly noticeable, a smooth back designed to sit almost flush with the wall, and a nice metal finish. The stand is pretty basic, but it supports the TV well. On the other hand, the Hisense U7N has a nice overall design. It has thin bezels on the sides and top with a slightly thicker bottom bezel. Unlike 2023's Hisense U7K, the TV uses a central stand instead of 2 feet. The LG Qned90 stand is nearly as wide as the TV, so you will need a pretty big table for the larger sizes if you are not planning on wall mounting it. Although the feet are pretty basic, they support the TV well. There's about 2.5 inch of clearance between the table and the bottom of the TV, so most soundbars will fit in front without blocking the display. On the other hand, Hisense U7N comes with a plastic center mounted stand that doesn't require a large table to place the TV on. The stand lifts the TV about 3.23 inches, so most soundbars fit underneath without blocking the screen. The stand does stick out from the front quite a bit, so you do need enough table space to fit a soundbar in front of it. If you see the back side of LG Qned90, back of the TV is very plain. The inputs are side facing on the left of the TV, and they are easy to access. If the TV is wall mounted, you can route cables through 2 clips on the back of the TV that lead to tracks in the stands for. On the other hand, the Hisense U7N back is made of plastic and looks identical to last year's Hisense U7K. Most of the inputs are side facing, but they are close enough to the edge of the TV that they are accessible when it's wall mounted. A USB Ethernet and optical port are located in a recessed cutout that faces the back. Unfortunately, these aren't accessible if you have the TV mounted flush to the wall. The TV has a built-in subwoofer near the top, and there are clips on the TV's stand to help with cable management. The LG Qned90, the cable clips on the back of the TV don't seem to be removable, and they stick out about 0.4 inch, so the TV can't quite be mounted flush to the wall. If you see the build quality of LG Qned90, which has super build quality, it feels pretty sturdy and is mostly metal. The stand is pretty basic though, and doesn't entirely prevent the TV from wobbling. There's also a bit of flex on the back of the TV near the VESA mount and near the inputs. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has good build quality, although it's made entirely of plastic. It's sturdy enough and well built overall. The TV wobbles a bit on the plastic center mounted stand, but it doesn't cause any issues and provides good stability. There are no glaring issues with the TV's design. This unit did have some debris behind the panel, although it's not noticeable from a normal viewing distance. If you see the picture quality of LG Qned90, it has excellent contrast as long as you leave the local dimming feature enabled. Blacks are deep and uniform even when bright highlights are visible in the scene. The native contrast is low, so black appears gray and washed out with local dimming disabled. It's an IPS panel. On the other hand, Hisense U7N uses VA panel, which produced amazing contrast. The TV's native contrast ratio is decent, but with local dimming on high, its contrast is superb. Its effective local dimming feature provides very deep blacks in a dark room, and they mostly stay deep when the highlights are also on screen. If you want a similar TV with even better contrast, you can choose Pro Series QLED. The blooming performance of LG Qned90, just okay blooming handling. There are significant blooming around bright highlights in dark scenes, including if you have subtitles turned on. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has only decent blooming performance. Unfortunately, there's visible blooming around bright highlights or text when they are against a black background, making blacks look less deep. For mixed uses, the LG Qned90 is a very good TV overall, wide viewing angles, high peak brightness, and decent reflection handling. It's a great choice for watching TV shows and a good TV for watching sports. It's great for gaming with low input lag and a fast response time. It has a high contrast with local dimming, but there's some blooming in dark scenes, and it has subpar black uniformity, but it's still good for watching movies in a dark room. This TV also excellent for uses as a PC monitor, but some uniformity issues might be distracting. And if you see the Hisense U7N, which is a very good TV for mixed uses, it looks great in a dark room thanks to its amazing contrast with highlights that stand out in HDR content. On top of that, it has amazing HDR brightness and reflection handling, so it's also suitable for use in a bright room. The TV's fast response time means there's minimal blur behind fast motion, so it's great for watching sports, playing video games, or for use as a PC monitor. It's a great option to pair with current gaming consoles and PCs due to its modern gaming features. Unfortunately, the TV isn't well suited for use in a group setting due to its narrow viewing angle. For TV shows, LG Qned90 also great. It has a decent TV for TV shows. There won't be an issue. It has a huge selection of apps, so you are sure to find something to watch. On the other hand, the Hisense U7N also good for TV shows. It has good upscaling capabilities and very good low quality content smoothing, so older shows on DVD or low quality streaming don't look overly soft. The LG Qned90 can display chroma 4:4:4 properly, which is important for clear text, but only from a 4K source. It has decent reflection handling, so there won't be an issue for most people. On the other hand, Hisense U7N is excellent for users as a PC monitor. This TV also displays chroma 4:4:4 properly, but since it uses a BGF sub-pixel layout, the TV supports 1080p to 40Hz, but there are issues when using VRR. If you see the HDR brightness on peak 10% window, LG Qned90 produces 922 CD per meter square. On the other hand, Hisense U7N produces 1158 CD per meter square. And peak 100% window, the LG Qned90 produces 622 CD per meter square. On the other hand, Hisense U7N much brighter, 712 CD per meter square. Hisense U7N has excellent HDR brightness, so highlights really stand out during darker scenes. If you would prefer a slightly brighter TV, then you can choose TCL QM7. HDR brightness in game optimizer mode on LG Qned90 is the same as outside of it. There are minor differences in each result, but this is just due to the margin of error of this test. And Hisense U7N is slightly brighter in PC or game mode, but it's not as accurate. LG Qned90 TV has a good PQEOTF tracking, so most content is displayed close to the content creator's intent. It's not very consistent though, and the accuracy varies depending on what brightness levels the content you are watching was mastered at. With content mastered at 600 or 1000 nits, there's a sharp cutoff at the TV's peak brightness, resulting in a loss of fine details. On the other hand, the Hisense U7N has outstanding PQEOTF tracking. Blacks are slightly too bright, and some shadows and midtones are slightly too dark, but the TV closely follows the curve until it reaches its peak brightness. There's a gradual roll-off near the TV's peak brightness, which helps to preserve detail in very bright specular highlights. With content mastered at 4000 nits, the TV is bright enough to properly display highlights in content mastered at 600 and 1000 nits, so the roll-off isn't necessary with those nit levels. The HDR brightness of LG Qned90 has amazing peak brightness. Brightness varies quite a bit with different test windows, but this won't be too noticeable with real content. On peak 10% window, LG Qned90 produces 843 CD per meter square, and Hisense U7N much brighter, 983 CD per meter square. On peak 100% window, LG Qned90 produces 571 CD per meter square. On the other hand, Hisense U7N on peak 100% window produces 609 CD per meter square. So HDR brightness is better on Hisense U7N. If you see the color gamut of LG Qned90, it's an excellent color gamut like Hisense U7N, and it can display a wide color gamut, which is great for HDR content. It can display most of the commonly used DCI-P3 color space, but falls a bit short on all colors. Average of the wider recon 2020 color space is decent, but there's not much content that uses it at the moment. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has an impressive HDR color gamut. It has fantastic coverage of the commonly used DCI-P3 color space with incredible color accuracy. The TV has good coverage of the wider recon 2020 color space, but highly saturated colors are mostly undersaturated and off the mark. The color volume of LG Qned90 has decent color volume. It's mainly limited by the incomplete color gamut, but like most LCDs, pure blues aren't as bright as other colors. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has great color volume. Dark saturated colors are displayed well due to the TV's amazing contrast. The TV displays a wide range of colors at high luminance levels, but it does struggle a bit with displaying very bright and saturated magentas and reds. Out of the box, the LG Qned90 has very good accuracy, but this can vary between units. Gamma is close to this target of 2.2, but dark scenes are over brightened a bit, and some bright scenes are a bit too dark. The white balance is good overall, but there are some minor issues in bright scenes. Colors are excellent with no noticeable issues. Unfortunately, the color temperature is very cool, giving everything a bluish tint on LG Qned90. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has unremarkable pre-calibration HDR accuracy. Its white balance is poor, with blues very overrepresented in all shades of gray and greens underrepresented in most grays. The color temperature is okay, but it's noticeably cooler than the target of 6500K. Gamma is close to the target of 2.2, but dark scenes are too bright and most other scenes are too dark. Its color accuracy is good. After calibration, LG Qned90 has outstanding accuracy. Any remaining issues with the white balance or colors aren't noticeable without a colorimeter, and gamma is almost perfect. The color temperature is much better but still a bit cool on LG Qned90. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has fantastic HDR accuracy after calibration, and the TV is easy to calibrate. Any issues with white balance are gone, and the color temperature and gamma are essentially perfect. Color accuracy is outstanding with only minor inaccuracies in saturated colors that are noticeable to most people. Unfortunately, the LG Qned90 has just alright gray uniformity. The sides of the screen are a bit darker than the center, and there's quite a bit of dirty screen effect in the center, which can be distracting when watching sports or if you are using the TV as a PC monitor. Near black scenes are much better, but there's still quite a bit of dirty screen effect. Note that gray uniformity can vary between units due to manufacturing tolerances. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has a good gray uniformity, but there's some nasty screen effect towards the center of the screen and vignetting in the corners. Unfortunately, LG Qned90 has subpar black uniformity with local dimming disabled. The screen is very cloudy and there are signs of backlight bleed along each edge. Black uniformity is much better with local dimming disabled, but there's still quite a bit of blooming around the test cross despite the mini LED backlight. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has fantastic black uniformity. With local dimming disabled, blacks are a bit cloudy and bluish. With local dimming enabled, blacks are deep and uniform across the screen. But there's some blooming around bright objects on a dark background. And as expected for an IPS TV, the LG Qned90 has impressive viewing angles, much better than a Nano 90 2021 model. It's great if you have a wide sitting arrangement. Colors barely shift even at a wide angle, but at a moderate angle, the brightness decreases and gamma shifts, causing the image to appear washed out. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has an inadequate viewing angle, so it's not suitable for a wide sitting arrangement. As you move off-center, there's significant gamma shifting, color shifting, and brightness loss, and colors look increasingly washed out as you move farther away to the sides. So, LG Qned90 is better on viewing angle section than Hisense U7N. LG Qned90 has a decent reflection handling. The semi-gloss finish doesn't diffuse direct reflection, so they can still be distracting if you have many bright lights or windows. Thankfully, the TV is plenty bright enough to overcome most glare. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has amazing reflection handling. Its semi-gloss screen finish significantly reduces the intensity of indirect reflections and does an excellent job of reducing the intensity of direct reflections. The Hisense U7N TV has satisfactory HDR gradient handling. There's noticeable banding in greens and darker grays, but all other colors have minimal banding. On the other hand, LG Qned90 TV has also good gradient handling in HDR. There's noticeable banding in all shades of grays and as well as in light shades of green and blue. For low quality content smoothing, LG Qned90 has good smoothing capabilities when displaying low quality content. Vector blocking or pixelization from low quality sources are smoothed out well, but some fine details are lost. On the other hand, Hisense U7N has very good low quality content smoothing. It does a great job at smoothing out artifacts in low bitrate content while still preserving details. So Hisense U7N are slightly better in this section, and it does a good job at upscaling low resolution content like DVDs or lower resolution streams. Details are clear enough, but finer details are hard to make out. Unfortunately, the LG Qned90 TV has disappointing sharpness processing, so low resolution or low bitrate content isn't very sharp. Some fine details are lost and text is blurry. The LG Qned90 uses an ADS stack panel which is similar to an IPS. The panel structure looks very similar to the one used in the Samsung Qned85A QLED. On the other hand, Hisense U7N uses a BGR subpixel layout instead of traditional RGB layout. For video or gaming content, this doesn't cause any issues. But for PC monitor use, it can be a problem as it impacts the text clarity, although not everyone will notice this. The LG Qned90 has a very good response time. Transitions from a dark color to a bright one are slow, with significant overshoot in some transitions. Transitions from bright to dark are a bit faster, and except for one, there's a no noticeable undershoot, which is great. Hisense U7N has an excellent response time for minimal blur behind fast-moving objects, but it's slower when coming out of dark space. So there's some black smearing in dark scene transitions. Unfortunately, like the Hisense U7K, the TV's response time behaves differently with VRR and above. It's more aggressive with refresh rate above 100 Hz, which leads to a faster response time but with more overshoot errors. Surprisingly, LG Qned90 is completely flicker-free, even with local dimming and above. It's the first LG TV that's completely flicker-free. This is great as it can help reduce eye strain. On the other hand, the Hisense U7N uses pulse width modulation PWM to dim its backlight, which introduces flicker that can bother people who are sensitive to it. Fortunately, it flickers at a very fast 7800 Hz in all picture modes and at all brightness levels, so it's not perishable. So in this True TV, which TV you like most? The LG Qned90 120 Hz, Hisense U7N 144 Hz, slightly better for gaming. But LG Qned90 has better viewing angle because of IPS panel, where some advantage and disadvantage both of the TV has. But if you ask me which TV I will choose, then I will definitely choose Hisense U7N because of its better contrast ratio for its VA panel and better picture quality. So what's your thought about this True TV? Please write in the comments below. That's it from now.